Hey guys, it's Glenda here with Daydreams. I'm just trying to get started here on this channel and trying to come up with some ideas of how to begin it and what to start talking about. And all I know to do is just start talking about what's on my heart. And I'll get into all the details later, but today I wanted to just talk about Maggie. Maggie was this black lady that used to babysit me when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And the way it came about, Mom and Daddy loved to go what we called juke joints or honky tonks back then. And we lived in a dry county, so there weren't any juke joints in our county, but they could go out on Highway 59 between that ran from Hattiesburg, Mississippi down to Gulfport, Mississippi. And there were a few juke joints on that highway, and one of them was called Toot and Tell It. Where it got that name, I have no idea, but we called it Poot and Smell It. Some crazy ass names. Anyway, they had to hire a babysitter for me and my 2 sisters. I have 2 sisters and a brother, and we're all 4 years apart. So I was about 3 years old, so Bobby would have been 4 and Angie about, I was about 3, so Bobby would have been about 7, and I guess Angie about 11. So anyway, they went and got Maggie. She lived over in the quarters in an old shack, and they would bring her to the house. And I remember Maggie sitting there on the sofa, and she would let me crawl up in her lap and hug on her and love her, and oh, I loved Maggie so much. I mean, she was the only person that had ever given me a hug that I can remember. I don't ever remember my mother giving me a hug, and that's a whole nother story. We'll get into all that. But anyway, she had big boobs, and I would just, squeeze her and hug her, and she would reach down in her bra and take out a handkerchief and unwad it, and she would pull out a quarter from that handkerchief and give me that quarter. And she probably gave one to my sisters too. I don't really remember. And she probably didn't even get paid much more than a few quarters or $1 or 2. But anyway, I just remember how much I loved her. And she would dip snuff. She would have a little tin can, those little round tin cans. I guess it still comes in those. I don't know. But she would take that snuff and put it down, between her gum and her teeth there, and suck on it. And I just remember it stunk, but I didn't care. I loved her, and I loved the smell of the snuff. I would give anything if I could smell it today. But anyway, I guess Mother got wind of how much I loved Maggie. So then they started making fun of me and saying, "Oh, you're sucking chocolate milk from Maggie's ninnies." And that hurt me so bad. Even today, I can't hardly even talk about it without it hurting me. I knew it was wrong. I was only 3 or 4 years old, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what racism was back then, but I knew that was wrong, and it really hurt me, and I'll just never forget that, how they made those derogatory remarks about her and how much I loved her. But that's my little story about Maggie, so we'll just, I'll get into everything about Mother and Daddy and my childhood in another video. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.